about the Motorola Droid, the Droid Max, Droid Ultra. So if you were fans of the Droid back in the day, you know, those commercials used to come on all the time. Motorola Droid commercials all the time. You would hear, every time you would hear, matter of fact, you probably wouldn't even be looking at the TV, but all you heard was Droid, and right away you knew that was Motorola right there on the screen. So, and Motorola hasn't really come out with much in a while. So if you've been waiting for a new Motorola offering to come out, Verizon has made that announcement official that the Motorola Droid Ultra and Droid Max. Now remember, the Droid Max had a crazy battery life the last time. I mean, that thing was a good, you couldn't beat the battery life on the Droid Max. But the announcement is official, just as expected. Verizon and Motorola have just announced their latest collaboration with the updated Droid family of phones. Now, let's get you acquainted with the new Droid Ultra and the Droid Max. Now, as per tradition, the Motorola Droid Ultra and Droid Max feature an improved Kevlar body, now which makes them stronger yet thinner than the last generation Droid counterpart. So that Kevlar body, that thing can take a punishment and keep looking good. Now, you know, Kevlar is used in bulletproof vests and things like that, so that material is pretty strong. They also feature a waterproof repellent nano coating that should keep them dry. Motorola has built an entirely new system on a chip called the Motorola X8 mobile computing system. It packs a dual-core, 1.7 gigahertz CPU, quad-core graphics, so a quad-core GPU or graphics core, and more interestingly, a contextual computing core alongside a core for processing natural language. So this thing is full of processors right there. Now, the company didn't disclose any further details regarding the CPU and GPU, but if you have a dual-core CPU, most of the phones, like the Samsung Galaxy S4, has a quad-core Snapdragon processor in it, but nothing really in the GPU world. This Motorola phone comes with that dual-core 1.7 gigahertz CPU and a quad-core GPU. Now, they didn't release any further details on the CPU or GPU, but they did reveal that the processor is 24% punchier or stronger than the previous generation Droid phones, and the graphics are twice as fast. Now, they also have 2 gigabytes of onboard storage as well, and at the back of both of the phones is a 10 megapixel camera with a focal length of 2.4 and an LED flash. Not just that reflector that a lot of the phones have. The cheaper phones just have a little reflector on it when taking pictures. This thing has an LED flash. They also share the same screen, have a 5-inch OLED, no pen tile here. It's an OLED screen, so that's nice and crisp, clean, rich colors, display of 720p resolution. Now, obviously, we would have liked to see a 1080p resolution on this Droid, but it's packed with so many other features that it may not matter. Now, there's a 32 gigabytes of onboard storage, as well as 4G LTE, complete also with NFC. Now, remember, the 4G, you have to make sure that that thing is in your area, because if you don't have the 4G, then you know you're just going to be using Wi-Fi. Now, anyway, the Motorola Droid Max has 48 hours of battery life. Is the phone's key feature. 48 hours of battery life. The company says users should be able to squeeze this kind of battery life with normal usage. So if you use it normally, you're going to get 2 days. 2 full days of usage before you have to recharge on what, you know, now they say normal use, so that's different for everybody, but, you know, I'm sure like an average usage is what they're talking about. The battery itself is larger than the Razer Max HDs, because the Razer Max HDs was 3300 milliamp battery, and this one is 3500 milliamp battery. Now, happily, the Droid Max is thinner than its predecessor and measures a waistline of 8.5 millimeters compared to the Droid Razer Max HD, which was at 9.3 millimeters. Now, there's also a wireless charging as well. The Droid Ultra is much thinner. It has 7.18 millimeters, and Verizon dubs it the thinnest 4G LTE smartphone that they offer. Now, both run on Android 4.2.2 Jelly Bean, which is pretty much stock and pretty much the latest. The only other one is 4.3, which is still Jelly Bean now. But 4.2.2 is still a pretty high-end operating system right there. It's pretty much stocked with custom widgets and cool software features. There's a touchless control, which looks like a medley between Google Now's, Google Now voice activation and a Siri personal assistant, that type of thing, saying, okay, Google Now will wake up the phone, which will await your command. Motorola hasn't yet announced what those commands will be, how Google Now will fit into this. They haven't really said anything. Now remember, Google and Motorola are the same company because Google bought Motorola. The active display feature makes use of that OLED screen and brings a snippet of information, the time, new messages, voicemail, stuff like that, on a blank black screen. So think of it as an Android version of Nokia's glance screen feature. And Nokia, we're going to talk about them in a minute too. Now, the Motorola Droid Ultra is going to be retailing at Verizon at $199, while the Max is going to cost $299. All members of the new 2013 Droid lineup are now available for pre-order and will start shipping on August 20th. So if you been like the Motorola Droid, if you like the Droid series, I mean, I've been a fan of Motorola with their last Droid, especially the Droid Max, which gave you unparalleled battery life with that 3300 milliamp battery. I mean, that was definitely unheard of. You could get over a day of usage with the Droid Max before. Now with that 3500 milliamp battery, obviously it's not that much bigger, so it's not going to go crazy. But 48 hours of use with normal use, and I'm sure I'm considering normal use to mean, you watch a video or two, you surf the web and stuff like that. If you're going to be watching videos on your phone all day, obviously it's not going to last you the full 48 hours. But if you're going to be doing normal things, surfing the web, checking your messages, talking on the phone, from time to time. Now, if you use 4G continually, your battery will run down because 4G eats batteries. So, when it's talking about normal use, regular phone calls, regular, video usage, that's what they're talking about when they say regular phone use with this. And you can they're saying squeeze 48 hours. I mean, that's good. And the other Droid Max with 3300 milliamp battery definitely gave you over a day of good usage. So I'm looking at this thing definitely to give you over a day. You're not going to you're going to get a minimum of full day usage out of this thing before, you have to recharge back at the hub. So to me, that's a good thing. So, definitely if you're in the market for a new phone, and you're wanting something that's going to be durable, you want something that looks sleek. You saw how the Droid Max looked. We showed the picture, very thin, very sleek looking. That Kevlar body is going to keep it durable, and it has that waterproof casing. So, it can take splashes. This thing is definitely maybe what you're looking to get. Now, speaking of Verizon, and we talked about Best Buy earlier and stuff like that, according to 9 to 5 Mac, Best Buy is offering they're restarting anyway, their iPad trade-in program. Now, many of you might have iPads and stuff like that, and you might have traded it in at GameStop, because GameStop takes iPads. Well, Best Buy has decided to bring back their iPad trade-in, program. Now, we're going to tell you exactly how much you're going to be getting for these iPads. The Best Buy is offering not just the iPad, but they're also offering something else, and the offer is good through August 3rd. Now, we're coming up on a break in a couple of minutes here, but let me just give you a quick rundown of what we're talking about. Now, in a move to close out the fiscal quarter strong, because a lot of people like to close out their quarters strong with some kind of promotion, and Best Buy is no exception to that rule. Best Buy will relaunch its iPad trade-in program, and that starts as of today. Trade-in program starts today, and the program will offer a 200 plus gift card towards the purchase of a 4th generation iPad with Retina display, and this deal is going to run until August 3rd. So you have a little bit of time, not right away. I mean, it's not going to cut off right away. You have all this week. You have a little bit of next week to get this thing, because the 31st is Wednesday, and this thing is going to the 3rd, so we're talking 1st, 2nd, 3rd, probably next Saturday. Not this Saturday coming up, but the next Saturday. So right away you have a good amount of time to trade in that iPad and get that over $200 gift card towards the purchase of a 4th generation iPad, which is good cheese, because you know a 4th generation iPad right away minimum is going to cost you $599 right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? $499, $599 right off the bat. So you can get $200 plus off of that. That's definitely going to be good. Now, Best Buy piloted an iPad trade-in program earlier this month for 2 days only, due to the success of the iPhone version that they were offering. And for this new trade-in program, the iPad 2, a 3rd generation iPad models without water damage or cracked displays or stuff like that, that's what you're going to be, that's what Best Buy is looking for. So if your iPad is all jacked up, no, they're not going to take that. But if your iPad is good to go, then those are the iPads that they're going to take for the for their trade-in program. So we're coming up. We're going to take a break right now, but coming up after the break, we're going to continue talking about this Best Buy trade-in program that Best Buy is doing, because hey, many of you want maybe you want to upgrade and you just don't know where to go to sell your iPad. And also, you know, other than GameStop, also the LG G2 phone features not just touch controls. We're going to tell you what kind of touch controls they're featuring, and the Samsung Galaxy S4 Zoom. Not the regular S4, the regular phone. The Samsung Galaxy S4 Zoom. We're going to show you an unboxing of this 10x optical zoom monster that Samsung came out with. All of that and more right here on Tech Pulse. So just stay tuned. Don't touch that dial. We will be right back as soon as I can. Yeah, we're going to be right back.